It's like a tiny little blower, so it just makes... Ready? We can get up to speed. It's a busier road. Hang back and... I love this little car. Welcome to the Saturn Ion Redline. Let me roll up the windows. Hi. So, this is a car that I think is very undervalued, and I think everybody is sleeping on right now. Including me. I was sleeping on it. So, I bought one. Why? Because I've realized, I've learned this. So, I have a Celica GTS, which is like on par with an RSX Type S. In my opinion, it's actually better. Why? Because it's smaller, lighter, has the same amount of power, and, you know, an RSX is kind of luxurious. This is my RSX. So this is faster. I have 4 doors with the suicide doors, so I have more room than, like, I don't know, your standard Civic, to be honest with you. This is a 20-year-old car, 20 or 19 years old. It's the 2006. But I honestly, like, the only thing that this thing is missing is a hatch. If it had a hatch, it would be the most practical car outside of, like, a wagon. The suicide doors make getting things in and out of this car absolutely easy as hell. It's easier to get in this car than it is to get in the back of, like, a 4-door sedan. And it's got about as much room as a 3 Series. You know, like, there's tons of room back here for me to, like, you know, for anybody to sit and put their legs back there. I mean, I'm not super tall, but, like, whoever's behind me has, like, 2 feet of space for their legs. You know, and the roof has got good space. Everything's got really good space. So I really enjoy this car, like, really thoroughly enjoy this car. I think it's one of the best things that GM ever really made. Is it perfect? Hell no. It's got a funky-ass cluster up here, and I always forget to look at the Redline because it's A, a lot lower than my Celica, and B, it's way over there. Like, it's, you know, it's on the far right of the gauge cluster. So it's basically in front of the passenger. That's where my tachometer is. But it's fine, because if you're flooring it, you hear the, you know. So that's what matters, really, in this car, is hearing that. So you don't need to hear the actual, or you don't need to see it so much as you can just hear it. And this car, to be honest with you, it doesn't need to go up to Redline. It kind of runs out of steam around 6,000 or so, 6,500. It's still technically pulling, but I think that if you change the cams out, maybe do a few other things, and then you can boost the Redline on this thing up to closer to like 72, 75. You know, you can even get up to like 8,000 on this engine. I don't know how reliably, but you can. You know, and on top of that, like, from the factory, these are super detuned. Or actually, well, they not really that detuned, they're lied about. You know, so they're like, oh yeah, it's 200 horsepower. Fuck you, it ain't! No, it's not. No, it's not. From the factory stock to the wheels, it's like 220. Okay? Like, and this one has a couple things going for it. I don't know. I mean, I know it has some sort of stage 1 pack, which takes it up to like 240 horsepower. That's what they claim, and that's probably at the wheels, because GM, that's what they do. They love to, GM's like the BMW of America, if you haven't figured that out. They lie about their power a lot. Like, they'll say that it's, you know, whatever they're saying it is at the crank is really about what it is at the wheels, just so you know. That's how GM does it. Because how you gonna know? So, yeah, that's what they do with this car, and that's why this car is actually so quietly fast. And here's the thing. So this shared a platform with the Cobalt SS, which was good. And to be honest with you, when that came out, I liked that better. But this was like the grandpa car. And here's why that helps you now. First of all, the Cobalt SS was nowhere near as plastic as this car. That is a good thing for this car. Okay? My panels on the outside are pretty much all plastic. So I can literally kick my door, kick my fender, like full on boot it, and nothing happens because it's plastic, not metal. It just pops right back out. Utterly brilliant. If you haven't seen the commercials for these when they came out, all they did was just fling like grocery carts into it to make them bounce off. So that way you could see what was happening. And that's why I really enjoyed this car. When it first, that's why I really enjoyed this car, like, as, like, an idea. But I thought it was kind of nerdy, and I was, back when I was a kid. Now, it makes a lot more sense to me. So, because of that, it's light, it's just as light as the Cobalt SS. I do think it's a little longer, if I remember correctly. The Cobalt SS is technically, like, lighter by, like, maybe 100 pounds, but, I mean, this is better. This is longer, you get a better top speed, it's just a better car overall, in my opinion. The shifter is very shitty and vague. The brakes are decent. I know you can get some Brembos for this thing that come off of the later model Cobalt SS. You can also change a few other things in this car. But you just want to be smart about what you're changing and what you're doing. Obviously, builds can go out of whack real fast if you're not careful. I bought this car as a donor car for another project, but the problem is now I've actually really fallen in love with it, and I don't want to tear it apart and make it vacant land. Sorry, I'm shopping for land in Malibu. Because I love this. I love this area. I don't love the fire scenario, but I do love this area. Anyway. In the end, the Ion Redline, great car. Posts dead straight times, super torquey. That's like a third gear pull at 2,000 RPM, and it just shoots off. I mean, I had a friend who he owns a Cobalt SS with the turbo engine, and he got in this, and he went, I like it better. And I went, I told you. Supercharging is just better. If you don't know, just try a supercharged car. Life will change for you. In my opinion. They're just better. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your day, kids. I gotta get going to my session.